are playing Dungeons and Dragons, the Legacy of the Crystal Skull. Or no,
Crystal
Legacy
Shard.
of the Crystal Shard. Okay, whatever. Anyway, in the doobly-doo down below, you will find our link to Extra Life. Please consider donating. And you will also find our link to the Heroes Wanted Collective and our sister shows. With that, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone, to Session 12 of The Legacy of the Crystal Shard. Joining me tonight...
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris. I am playing Radican Conover, Human Artificer part-time.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tara. I'm playing Sithrin, the Silver Dragonborn Fighter.
Hello, everyone. I am Brendan, and I will be playing the Great Ezekiel, a half-elven bard of the College of Lore.
Hello, boys. How you so doing? Okay,
Stop it.
getting. Nabil here. Who am I doing? I'm not doing anyone. Okay, I'm playing as Duma. I'm not doing Duma. That would be weird. I'm playing as Duma Bold Strike, a Minotaur barbarian, following the barbarian path of the Ancestrals. Ancestral Guardian. Sorry.
Ooh.
Ian here, and I'll be playing Augustus Constantine, the Centaur Forge Cleric.
And I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Cassandra Bowman Whitaker, fangirl and divination wizard.
Lover of Winthrop.
And Hollis, and all our other characters.
And at the end of last session, you guys had fought a great skeleton beast and a woman seemingly made of snow. Where you ended up was the Evermelt Hot Spring, which is where the tribe of the Elk reside typically during the winter. You had arrived there to rescue some of the tribe, as a separate tribe, the tribe of the Bear, had kidnapped some of the tribe of the Elk members and were keeping them here. Going into the water through a sluice cavern, you guys made your way into a large frozen hall where you fought a shaman and his furies, surprisingly not making a furry joke in the process. Defeating them, you then moved into this main ice cavern as the sun was setting, so it had this beautiful amber glow. And you fought this snow queen and an animated dragon skeleton. She threw ice daggers, which exploded and then crumbled away into snow when defeated, cackling of her return soon. In this far chamber, there was a single man that you guys rescued, and he healed Augustus, who had been knocked unconscious. And as he brought Augustus back to consciousness, he let the entire party know that what you had just rescued him from, this snow woman, was in fact his daughter. And so this is where we pick up. Augustus, you've just been brought back to consciousness, and this man has just made this announcement to the group.
Did we get the dragon?
He's in pieces.
I will lie back down. Ah, good.
Now, Soren, did you say your name was?
Yes, Soren, I am one of the minor shamans for the Elk tribe.
Now, Soren, I'm a little. Forgive me if I'm a little blunt and direct with you here, but maybe you can go back about that business with the Ice Queen being your daughter and everything. That's a very interesting thing you just said, and I think requires a little bit of expounding.
And he will look at Hengar and just say, Hengar knows the story as well. My daughter Hedron was a member of our tribe, and she was always special from when she was young. And our true shaman, Mjolnir, was always skeptical of her and was never happy because she fell in love with his son, Olav. And when she was in her late teens, seemingly her kiss turned Olaf to ice and killed him. And to my great shame, I allowed Mjolnir to banish her from the tribe, and that was last year. And frankly, we've all thought she was dead. But as I see now, she is a chosen of Auril, and she brought me and the rest of the tribe people that she kidnapped so I could tell King Yarund and everybody else left in our tribe that we must bow before Auril before it is too late.
Well, don't that just beat all?
Is she defeated for good now, or will she be coming back?
Hengar just looks and says, she will come back. Whenever she turns to snow, it is usually 3 to 5 days before we see her again, but she is not dead. And Soren will just say, no, she said she is alive somewhere in a tower in the trackless sea.
Do you know how we can? And she'll, nod with some respect to the father. Sorry, kind of like, sorry I have to say this kind of nod. Do we know how we can end her reign permanently?
He sort of shakes his head and he says, it is no shame. She is not there anymore. I did not see my daughter in those cold eyes. I would assume instead of fighting this snow form, if we were ever to able to get to her actual form, that would be the only way to actually destroy her.
To the tower, then.
Has anybody ever seen this tower? Have you ever heard anyone talking about it?
He just says, no, this is the first time any of us have actually spoken to or heard anything from Hedron. I know nothing of this tower, just what she just told me. We do not typically go on the waters. The tribe of the elk, the tiger tribe, and the bear tribe are usually much closer to the waters. We stay to the tongue.
And considering how the bear tribe are not necessarily the friendliest of folk, how's your relations with the tiger tribe these days?
Hengar will turn and say, the leader of the tiger tribe is a true follower of Auril. They always have been. It is said that ice runs in her vein. They are the cruelest of the tribes. It's everybody respects and admires her, but we are all at the same time afraid of them. It is better if you never see the tiger tribe.
Yes, this Bjornhild sounds like a scary woman.
She is a great warrior and a great leader for her people, but she does not have the years that King Yarund has, and she is still young and bloodthirsty, as all of Auril's disciples really are.
And Radiga's just gonna sit back for a second, look, and say, well, that doesn't really help us now much, does it? And he's just gonna kind of walk. Maybe try to start a fire.
Well, as this is happening and the sun is setting, as you're walking around looking for a place to, start a fire in here, you can see that there is an opening being sort of chiseled into this cavern, and you see the face of Fulnor at the top and a rope start to drop. And as this does so, this sort of beam of setting sunlight glistens on a very nice pile of treasures that are off to the side here.
That is what we call good timing.
And Hengar will look at Soren and just say, King Yarund will have no concern for that. Please, that is all your recompense for helping us.
And in like Scrooge McDuck I go.
No, don't! Did he hurt himself? I want him.
This is.
Yeah, if you dive, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily dive into this. You see that a lot of it is quite cold and frozen. You see there's a pile of furs and skins. There are, I'll put together a treasure package for you guys.
Right.
You see there are about a dozen loose gems. Coinage, as you quickly sort of count it up, is probably around only 80 gold. You see that, I mean, most of their wealth comes from furs and gems, and a beautiful knucklebone carved seal that is conservatively probably about 250 gold.
Ooh.
You also see under some of the furs a small cloth pouch. You see what appears to be some studded leather armor. You see a couple of rings, one that is made of bone and very intricately carved. The other one seems to be made of, almost looks like pure ice, but it just has this beautiful blue. Oh, as you cast Detect Magic, the studded leather, a couple of rings, you see there is almost a necklace. You see also pinging this branch of what looks like white wood. It almost seems a little bit sort of frost covered at all times, which gives off some magic. You see there's a pair of furred sealskin boots. You also see in a what appears to be just a stoppered bone of some sort. Seems to be giving off a sense. And you also find a very old and sort of cracked parchment. So there's a scroll in there as well.
Sorry,
We got lots of identifying to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
Indeed we do.
that second last one was a stoppered bone bottle.
Yes. So, I mean, spending time, and it will take time, just as the rope is sort of there, and for you guys to sort of climb out. And so
Yeah,
you guys can collect everything and head back up to the top, and you head up to Evermelt, and you can bind your wounds, you can rest, and so you find that the studded leather is a set of glamored studded leather.
Ooh.
Oh, that's for.
Ezekiel takes that.
That was a random roll that hit table G. Yeah, I had that. That was random before you said you even wanted it. There is the bone ring, is a ring of warmth.
Ooh.
The ice blue ring is a ring of water walking.
Ooh.
The necklace is a periaptive wound closure.
Oh, that's mine. Please and thank you.
There was a potion of climbing, a scroll of
that's
ice
for me.
knife. The sealskin boots are the boots of the Winterland, and the white branch is in fact a wand of the War Mage +1.
Ooh.
And
Ask and you shall receive.
And
Absolutely.
the pouch contains what appears to be a set of parchment cards, and there are.
Oh God!
Yes!
Onto the
Yes!
fire it goes.
It's mine! Yay!
There are 24 cards of parchment as you sort of flip through them.
And is that putting off an aura of magic?
I'm gonna write this down as a deck of game ending.
Yeah,
it is giving off illusion magic.
Oh,
Is this a deck of useful items?
It is a deck of illusions.
Ooh.
So I can finally beat Card Captor Sakura!
I think you mean Card Captor Cassandra.
Yeah. See, there you go.
That was the last random item that just got rolled. So
Yoink!
I put on the glamored.
I thought you had the wand of the War Mage there, Cassandra.
I do. It's just
Pardon me.
You know. Sorry, is that yours?
Could I
No, the
take
Ring
a
of
look?
Warmth was what
Did I?
Radigan asked for. Yes.
All right. Well, sorry. I was just looking through my. Oh yeah, no, there it is from Ring of Warmth. Yep, got it.
Oh, so wait, are the
Oh.
cards actually my random choice?
It is for you or Regis. So the Ring of
Reg-
Water Walking and the Deck of Illusions were random. Duma, you got the Weapon of Warning, which is your great axe. So you got that.
So the FYI, guys, Parry Pit of Wound Closure was one of my choices. So now whenever I'm dying, I stabilize at the start of my turn. So don't have to worry about me for heals anymore.
Good.
That's awesome. I'll start
I can
flipping
just-
through the card deck.
So you automatically stabilize.
I automatically stabilize, and
Unless she gets like stomped
Yeah,
on.
unless I get stomped on. But
He
and
has
in
the
addition,
auto-injecting stim pack armor.
whenever I roll a hit die to regain hit die points, I double the number of hit points it restores.
Holy smokes.
Christ!
Oh yes.
Always fun.
And also,
I spend
So
the next
Mhm.
like 5 hours just bonus action changing what I look like every like just 6 seconds. Just
and
trying out a new outfit.
is there a jaunty 80s tune playing in the background?
Makeover,
Absolutely.
makeover.
So for whoever takes the Deck of Illusions, as I said, there are 24 cards in there, and
Yep, I'll grab that
you
if it's between me and the guy who isn't here.
You can take a deck of playing cards, or I have a deck of playing cards here. So whenever you pull one out, we can
I
see what
can't.
you want to pull. If you do it randomly,
Can I look at them all?
actually, it only functions if cards are drawn at random.
Oh, but okay, so it only works. But can I lay them out on a table and look at what all they are? Still,
Yes.
even if I know the 24 random thing, it's going to be random. But can I know what's in my deck?
I will have to get a deck of 24 cards, and yes, I will let you know what those images end up.
Awesome,
dude,
perfect.
you have the sorcerer's random list kind of thing.
I am going to. Well, I'm waiting for everybody to pack up. I need to take a list, and these will be good for something, and start playing solitaire.
Oh jeez, we're gonna
With
die.
24 cards?
Yeah, it's a bastardized version of solitaire. It's called Sole. You don't get the tear.
Oh,
With that, night will come. You guys are able to take a long rest. The morning comes. You are in a warm area because you are by the Evermelt pool. The elk tribe members have collected their dead and sort of packed them away in the snow. And in the afternoon of the next day, you see coming over the hill a group of 18 to 20 more tribesmen led by this enormous, barrel-chested, nearly 7 foot tall, with beautiful auburn hair and a beard that is surprisingly still full-colored. And as he gets closer, you can see his age is probably late 30s, early 40s, and compared to the rest of the tribe, he seems to be, almost a grandparent at that age. But he strides sort of confidently, and a couple of steps beside him, you see, wearing sort of a headband and a bald head with a large beard and all kinds of arcane markings inscribed across his forehead, what you would assume to be the tribe's other shaman.
Oh, the one that the guy was talking about? The one whose
Yes,
son died?
Mjolnir, yes. The one whose son died and who convinced everyone in the tribe that Hedron had to be sent away. So, Cassandra, with morning, roll your portent.
Yes.
Does Mjolnir look that pissed off when he walks up to us?
No, he does not.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I generally will have food on the forge, so I will see them coming and start dishing out. What did we have for breakfast? Oats.
I don't know.
There
Just
are
some leftovers.
Yeah, there are oats. The tribe has gone out and killed some rabbits and a large elk. So they have elk also roasting over the fire, and they are more than happy to share with everyone. And as the king sort of steps forward, Hengar, rushes forward along with Fulnor, and obviously sort of fill him in. And he turns and looks at the group of you, sort of nodding his head solemnly, and you see him draw this humongous double axe from across his back, and you see him just sort of toss it down, blade first into the snow, and it sort of cracks the ground where it strikes, and he then sort of raises his arms and just says, "Greetings, friends. Welcome to our camp. Thank you for your service. I am told you have done us a wonderful deed. Hengar was correct in going to get help for us. I am Yarand. Welcome to the tribe of the Elk."
Thank you so much. This is an Onsen episode.
No,
Your hospitality
Uh.
has been nothing but kindness, and your young man here, and I'll put my arm around Hengar, has been a great help and a great advocate for your people.
Radigan will sort of lay his crossbow down in the middle and just sort of nod and say, "Least we can."
And Yarand will nod at that and turn to you, Augustus, and just scoff and just say, "You have not seen generosity." And he just sort of turns and bellows, "Ale tent!" And you see half a dozen of the tribe within minutes have a fairly large tent set up. And, you see a couple of casks sort of out of nowhere, sort of appear. There are, people sort of lined up, and just immediately it is set up. There are sort of chairs. Everything is, arranged. And Yaron just says, "This is how we celebrate and how we mourn our dead. Please, I would be honored if you would partake with us and celebrate while we can."
I do believe I have something I can bring to the party. A special drink for the king?
Oh yes, I would most certainly love to do so.
All right, so I will head back to the tent, and I'm sure I've got a bottle of something squirreled away. Let's say sherry.
Radigan will just kind of stand in the back and just kind of grunt and pick up his crossbow again. And
Duma is breathing really heavily, and he says it out loud. If anybody gets in my way, they're gonna get crushed
You
underneath
should
my
probably
hood.
let him go first.
Who
Duma,
would
go
dare
ahead.
stand Who would dare stand between the champion of the cask and ale?
Come
And
on,
Duma just
Duma. I will help you do a keg stand.
yes, with that, Duma and Hengar and a whole bunch of the other tribesmen the ale is ever flowing. Dinner is served at some point. You're not even sure. The sun has sort of started to set. Everybody is telling these great sort of historical tales and praising Wulfgar, and Hengar is telling the story of you guys defeating Icing Death one more time. And at some point, like, wrestling matches sort of break out, and you see it's sort of on the ground leg wrestling, and everybody is kind of eyeing Duma at different times, and eventually what seems to whittle down to one large woman sort of wanders over and just sort of nods her head at you, Duma, and just says, "You wrestle?"
I wrestle strong. I wrestle strong people. Are you strong?
And as she says that, you actually hear sort of laughing and sort of an ooh, from people sort of in the background. And she sort of claps you on the shoulder and just says, we are going to have a good time." And they take about a minute, and they show you some of the basic sort of techniques and rules. You guys interlock your legs, and she basically
Oh,
on the count of 3, you try and pull the other person over. So
Wait, so Native American leg wrestling?
pretty much.
Holy smokes!
Ezekiel would like to play during this wrestling match a tune he's been working on, referencing the story of Duma in the bar and the cast from the beginning of the adventure.
Oh, where I drank that really nasty barnacle ale.
Yes.
It's the eye of the Minotaur, the thrill of the fight.
All right. So with that, Duma, roll me an athletics check.
Oh, jeez, don't do this to me. I want to look good.
Well, are you going to
Athletics.
rage?
I don't want to hurt this
Do it.
woman.
All right. Well,
Rage.
first roll. Give me a straight roll then.
Okay, I'll give you athletics. Oh, oh.
Yeah, the first one, she wrenches your leg, and you are almost immediately pulled over onto your side. So the struggle is continuing. You are nearly flipped completely over.
Oh.
Give me a second athletic.
I'll give him some
Coming
encouragement. Hooves! Use your hooves! Now I got great Ezekiel in my...
Okay.
Great Ezekiel doesn't want to be in your anything.
Another athletics coming up. I'm this close to saying uncle.
Yeah,
Uncle!
with her 18, she immediately just rolls and flips you over. And there is, some sort of patting on the back and sort of sympathies, and somebody puts another ale in your hand, and she just kind of nods and just says, "That was fine." And there is sort of great laughter and sort of celebration as everybody sort of picks her up and carries her around as the champion.
I asked someone nearby what's her name. Hello?
And you ask around, and they tell you that her name is. I was about to probably mispronounce it, but it is Horan. So it's Haren.
Heron? Haran.
Yeah,
Haran.
but it's Horan.
For some reason, Duma's developed hearts on his eyes. So it's like, that's a woman.
And yeah, at some point, late in the evening, everybody sort of ends up, soaking in the hot waters of Evermelt itself.
Cannonball.
Onsen! I finally got my onsen.
Once everyone's kind of drunk, can I, just as a fun little prank, try and slip the water walking ring on somebody before they jump in?
Who do you want to try and slip it on?
I don't know. Who's jumping in? So we got one.
I have walked in like a delicate lady and taken the waters.
Oh no, Cithrin is gonna find an overhanging rock and just if she gets drunk enough, yeah, she's gonna cannonball in.
Oh,
Yeah,
Duma is
Join
having.
the party.
This idea
Duma-
might be bad.
Yeah, Duma is crushing on Heron right now. Haran.
Oh, how about this? I'll put on the water walking ring, walk out a bit, and then take it off.
And as you walk out across this water, you actually hear the sound of a couple of, mugs of ale just hitting the ground, and just people just and you remember that this tribe is still somewhat scared of magic.
I will tell them, well, I come from, this is what we call the river dance. And I'll start river dancing.
Give me a performance check.
That's amazing. Can he get inspiration?
Yeah,
I will
you can
use
give him
that.
inspiration.
I will use that inspiration right now.
See, there you go.
You do a beautiful Irish. You are the lord of the dance on top of the water as you go across and it's really cool because it is this steaming sort of hot spring. So you are dancing in and out of this steam and mist, and yeah, you get a lot of sort of cheers, and more drinks are passed your way.
Big finale
I'm
is just
so
taking
proud
off
of
the
him.
ring and dropping into the water, and done.
All right, yeah, everybody just sort of goes crazy and is having a fantastic time. What's everybody else?
Radigan at some point during the evening is just going to kind of like roll his eyes at Gus doing his dance and just kind of shake his head, finish his drink, and then retreat back to his.
Oh, hell no. If Sithru sees this, she is going to pick him up and toss him into the pool.
Hey,
Everybody in.
let me go right now.
Rare. Okay, then.
Ezekiel is staying out of the water
And Radigan's going to stalk off.
and observing Mjolnir, sort of subtly.
I think Radigan has weird toes and he's embarrassed about them.
No, something else is going up.
Duma has
You
no
don't
idea
want
what you guys are doing.
Wet. It's probably not good for them.
They rust. Oh wait, I rust. Oh no! Damn it! I'm getting the Great Ezekiel accent in.
They rust.
As you're watching Mjolnir, you see Sauron go over along with Hengar, and at some point they have sort of a quiet discussion with him and with the king. And give me an insight check as you're watching.
All right. $11.
You can tell that at some point it's a little bit animated. Doesn't necessarily look heated, but in the end you see Minier's body language is a little saddened and slumped, but you also see the king actually give Soren a hug, and he says something, but you can't quite make it out. And
Aww.
I mean, as this is happening, yeah. Are you? How concerned are you as you are, sort of splashing around? You do see that there is a bit of a stain forming in the water around you as some of your makeup is sort of steaming and dripping off. Ezekiel.
Ezekiel gets out of the water and sort of goes to join Radigan in a tent.
Wait. Ezekiel?
Did we always have a raccoon in the party?
Were you in the water, Brendan? Were your character?
I dove into the water earlier.
But you had your mask on.
It's not waterproof.
Yeah, there's makeup underneath it.
He has standards.
Yeah.
You don't expect him to not wear makeup just because he's wearing a mask.
Like, come on, yeah.
Do I see his handsome countenance?
Ooh, give me a perception check.
Is that
And
a
are
nice
you going to try
way
and contest it, Ezekiel?
What would I have to roll to contest it?
Stealth.
Sure. I will contest it, and I will cash in my inspiration.
Didn't help.
I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh, that's insight.
10.
Did not help.
You do catch a glimpse of him, Stephanie.
Is it handsome?
Is he hideously ugly and he wears the mask for a reason?
Or is it Man in the Iron Mask situation?
No, he's a bard. He's charismatic. He is definitely handsome.
Ah! And my nose begins to bleed.
Oh,
I mean,
girl.
Ron Jeremy wasn't handsome. He was definitely a bard.
Is that allowed in this stream?
What?
It is
Referencing
now.
a person, apparently.
Cassandra, meet me in the other chat.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, very good.
You don't get a great look, but what you do notice is as he's sort of tucking and kind of ducking away, a darker skin tone than you would have expected.
He's a dark, handsome rogue! Or bard!
He is definitely dark-skinned and handsome, yes.
Ah! Everyone is cool with me, like, doing the anime girl Shit, right? No one's upset. Anybody? Oh.
Steph's talking to herself in the other room.
I was just saying, as an aside, everyone's okay with me playing the hard eyes anime girl, basically myself as a teenager person, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I'm not okay with you playing your character.
I'm so
But-
sorry.
To clarify, his continence is his bulge and not his face, right?
Sure,
It's his
we'll go with that.
face! How would you think it was his balls, you heathen swine?
Because he was getting out of the water. The
Hey,
pool
I
was
think-
cold, Jerry! The
Listen,
pool was cold!
There's shrinkage.
Like a
okay?
frightened turtle.
Thought we all had clothes on in the water, at least like undergarments.
Oh,
Oh,
I have like
yeah.
a bathing suit on right now because of my glamour.
Oh, the great Ezekiel would have a burkini. Like,
Hey, Duma is looking at you guys. Those are clothes, I thought.
Do you remember the Dragon Heist game with Captain Zardoz?
Is that what Radigan wears?
Farado's trying to
I
get
thought that's what
in on
the
that
great
too, to be
Ezekiel's wearing.
fair.
no,
Oh,
the great
right.
Ezekiel is dressed like, what's his face? Borat.
Absolutely not.
Basically
Yeah.
the same thing. With that, the rest of the night is sort of a blur of, storytelling and drinking, but it stays warm. And so you all are able to get a perfectly good night's rest.
Boom.
Excellent.
Yeah. And, waking up the next morning, there is food that is prepared. You can see, some of the tribe are up and looking after the king, and he tells you that he has sent one or two people off to check out the hunting grounds to bring back some elk and to see the burial grounds that are nearby and see what condition everything is in. I mean, they won't be able to bury their dead until the thaw. Not even, the king's axe is sharp enough for that. But, he hopes that over the next couple of days, you will all feel at home, and he would like to make you all temporary members of the tribe.
I do
I
believe,
am honored.
Great King, I can take you out, Great King, and we can bury your courageous fallen. We can use my magic to get rid of the water in the ground to make it much easier to dig. Would create and destroy water actually do that? We could do it over a couple days, get all the ice out of the permafrost down like the 3 feet, and then actually bury them. And wouldn't that be a status symbol for a king to be able to bury his people in the middle of winter when they never could before?
I would say that, with the permafrost and with the snows that are out right now, yeah, that would probably work. It would definitely take some time, but he is very intrigued by your offer and nods sort of sagely and just says, "We will see when Fulnor and our hunters return, but I'm intrigued by your offer."
Well, we're here for at least one more day, right?
Do we want to stay here?
We're headed to
We-
the tower, but
Are we going to the? Do we know where the tower is?
You have no idea where the tower is. All that Soren was told that it is somewhere in the trackless sea,
Do we?
okay, so then
which is a long ways away.
Do we want to meet up and have a group meeting about what our plans are for what we do next?
there's always coffee on the forge in the morning, so everybody can come to Gus's tent around the forge, and there'll be, hot coffee.
Sithrin's going to be hungover and not very happy.
But there's hot coffee.
Ditto.
Radigan
Oh.
kind of arrives last.
Ah, my friends, you are up! Oh, it is so good to
Gus,
see you in this
Gus.
morning!
Yes,
beautiful.
volume.
Gus, shut up.
Shh.
Oh, I see. You have what they call the hangman's oval. Here, have a cup of coffee.
Gus, I will muzzle you if you don't hush up.
Radigan
I
just
take-
sits
I
in
take the
corner of
coffee.
tent.
Same.
I'm
Ugh.
going to sit next to Radigan because Sithrin is starting to get concerned about this.
Give me an insight check.
And yeah, I'll start if we can get some eggs. I'll
me?
start
Yeah,
cooking
oh,
eggs
sorry.
on the forge.
I'm not going to pry or anything. It's just, he's seeming short. So where is my
Yeah.
character sheet?
I would like to join in on this insight.
Ha!
Apparently, I don't need to.
Yeah. Wow. The two of you with 21s. You see that, yes,
I'm
Radigan
fine.
is.
I'm not saying
Is-
anything. I'm just sitting beside you.
Yeah, you see that he is definitely
Radigan moves.
grumpier and seems shorter and a little more terse with everyone than you've seen him. And I will say, you also see that every once in a while he reaches up and you can see him playing with this black clasp on his cloak.
Hmm.
I told you he was a brute.
Is that material, the one that was making the one that the dwarves had? I'm not there. Sorry.
Oh, it's
Nope.
nothing. It's just some black stone. Look,
Not saying
I'll take-
anything. Just I sit beside you. You move. I just watch you. I say nothing. You obviously don't want me near you. I'm not going to push.
Not literally turning into a dwarf. Okay.
No,
does speak
short-tempered. Short-tempered. So on the map, you guys are currently way up here at Evermelt in the top right-hand corner. The other things you guys have known, Pennywinkle told you to meet him in Lonelywood for a job at some point over the next couple of 10 day. Helda had headed down to Kelvin's Cave. Bryn Shander is quite a ways over from there. And the trackless sea is off the map over to the left, basically.
all right.
It's
Radigan's
like the
just gonna
literal
go-
ocean.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Patrick, I've been thinking about this with that burial thing. We're not in permafrost, right? We're in tundra.
You're in tundra. But
Okay.
it is with the winter that's been happening, it has been extra cold and a lot of extra snow. So there is sort of frozen ground and there is moisture, but I think your idea of destroy water would definitely.
I was just figuring out amounts. Okay, so it's going to be in the probably 10% or less range for moisture in the soil. We can clear away the snow and stuff on top with shovels, and 10 gallons of water would fill a lot of soil to 10% water content.
Yeah, it's a shallow depth as well because they do build cairns here rather than digging deeply into the ground. So yeah, it would definitely work over a fair area.
Then I'll do at least one before we go on that day. And try how many dead were there?
There were 8 that died in there.
And yeah, so we'll figure out a way to do it in like 1 or 2 spells. Give them a nice burial. I'll ask the shaman to say something. I'll say something to Moladin. And yeah.
Okay, and with that, you guys are, King Yarand, sort of approves and just says that yeah, when Fulnor and the others return, they will absolutely take you up on your offer, and that should be in a day or so. Until then, you guys have sort of this morning and the rest of the day to figure out what you would like to do. So this is sort of the lay of the land right now. This is the cave where you defeated the thieves and the pirate wizard. Basically, that's why he's on the map.
Okay.
So
If you hear loud squeaking behind me, that's my air conditioner failing. So don't worry about it.
Oh, that blows. And
Yeah.
where is the
Blow.
trackless
I mean, it
sea
doesn't
for
blow. That's the
here?
problem.
Yes.
Trackless sea is way off
Oh, that
across the
direction,
tundra on the
okay.
side. Yeah.
Okay, that's off now.
And like circles all the way around. This is a smaller sort of map. I'll have to find a full map of the north.
And this is where we met the dwarves?
You met the dwarves. I mean, the cairn goes all the way around to the other side. You met the dwarves on the far side over
Oh,
here
okay.
because you guys basically trekked here and then cut across up here.
I would suggest that we sort of cut through the cairn if possible. Sure, there would be a way of doing that. To Pettywinkle or to Lonelywood, because Pettywinkle is a job for us.
We don't
And
have to
then,
cut through. We can go around because it's tall, right? Just go behind it.
Yeah, it's tall. You'd basically be going straight behind it in through the woods and then reaching Lonelywood.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so I'm going to suggest that we head back to Lonelywood and then back to Bryn Shen, because we're going to need to know more about the trackless scene if anybody's found any mysterious towers there, and that sounds like a job for civilization and or the docks therein.
Well,
The library.
it says next few days on the map. I thought it was the next few 10 days.
Well, that was originally when you guys left Bryn Shander. He went to Lonelywood and said he would be there in, probably for the next 10 days doing research. So it has now been about a full 10 day. So he's still there. He had no plans to go anywhere. He was there doing, research and looking into what he was looking for. So he's there, presumably waiting for you.
Oh, now
See,
hold on.
here is the other thing.
Uh-huh.
The people who are trying to remove Dovessa from office in Bryn Shandar. It might be wise for us to go back there and ensure that whoever was trying to oust her through unsavory means is unsuccessful.
Well, here's my thinking now. Hear me out, if you don't mind. Pettywinkle was looking for some sort of tower, with apparently there was some sort of ancient wizard, and he's looking for some sort of salve or curative of some sort. Now, this tower be the same tower we're looking for. It'd be wise to meet up with Pettywinkle while he's there. Maybe
Yep.
settle this whole business once and for all.
Well, I was the one who chose where we went last, so I would not like to completely dictate where the group goes. If you think that is the most wise course of action, I will not object.
I also agree with Lonelywood.
And besides, once we get back on the road, the traveling will be a lot easier, and then we can just take a hop, skip, and a jump down to Bryn Shander in a lot easier of fashion, and then we should be able to get there before anything too terrible happens.
Could I get at least a small keg of ale from the tribe before we go?
Oh, they are more than happy to share some of their ale with you.
We might get cold out in the wilderness, and somebody's been a little grumpy, so I think some alcohol might help, huh?
And as you guys, how do you want to spend the rest of your day? Radigan, are you going to try and rebuild your turret?
Thing with the turret is it's sort of like a magic summon almost. Like, yeah, Radigan's going to be like picking up the pieces and stuff like that, but like I think it also said it vanishes when it blows up.
It does,
so
yeah. It vanishes when it dies. You summon it in as a bonus action. No, you summon it in as an action. It's a bonus action to command it. And yeah, it's an ethereal turn. I mean, you could easily make it that's the difference, is that action is him fixing the old broken one.
Oh no, his he summons his turret by basically pulling out what looks like a giant metal toolbox out of his tool belt, slamming it onto the ground, and then building the turret.
Yeah, so you can use the forge to repair anything you need to. But yeah, the rest of the day. Oh, sorry. No, finish yours.
Oh no, Radigan will of course be sort of sulking off on his own and just kind of tinkering with various implements and tools. Sort of half-finished experiments and things like that. Sort of what you'd normally see him do whenever he has a spare moment.
Oh no, he's got the guitar. What is he singing? No one knows what it's like to be a sad man.
Sadly, if I had a performance skill, I would in fact have a guitar, but I don't.
Well, you solve practical problems.
I solve practical problems. That's true.
And
Yep, I'm gonna
Cassandra
be.
Yes.
and Duma, as you guys said in the chat, are you actually going to try and chat up the tribe members?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Are there any like super handsome ones like Hangar too, and like the Great Ezekiel? Like, oh, I'm just probably gonna hit on everyone a little bit. Like, so you come here often?
There
am
are
from here.
many that are like Hangar. I mean, there are quite a few that are, they're very athletic. They travel a fair bit, and I would say you are more than easily able to sort of flirt and or seduce any that you would have chosen.
Oh, what actual real seduction?
As you choose. That's why I said, if you choose to flirt or do whatever, they would be sort of more than happy. There are quite a few women in the tribe that you would sense that, as soon as you maybe got a little bit forward, kind of step in and give you a bit of side eye.
Oh,
But
hi
not every.
there. Oh, and what about the ladies?
The ladies are, a wide mix of sort of sizes and stature, as some of them are hunters, some of them look after other parts of the tribe. All of them have their own, sort of degree of attractiveness, just like any other sort of community would. But, for the most part, they are all sort of friendly and curious. They're a little skeptical of you once they know that you are a primary magic user, just as that, because that is still something they're a little sort of more concerned or curious about. But they're always sort of friendly and eager to sort of talk and find out about the outside world.
Oh, good. I'm gonna talk to them all and try and awkwardly hit on them. But don't seal the deal.
You're gonna get us all kicked out.
Oh, Duma's going after Heron.
I said awkwardly, not like creepily. Like, so that's you're skinning that like really good. How does that work? And then they launch into a really detailed explanation of like the history of skinning and why they skin and how much money this skin is worth, etc., etc. And then I just stand enraptured at all this new information.
And Duma, sadly, you find Heron not terribly interested since she bested you.
Okay,
Hengar at one point comes and just sort of claps his arm on your shoulder and just says, "She does not respect you. I am sorry. Maybe if you challenge her to a rematch."
okay, before I do, can I rely on Cassandra giving me one of her portents?
I think you will do fine, friend.
I mean,
And
I say this
like
out. I mean,
fire.
Hangar is saying this to me. I say this out loud. It's okay. I did let the woman win. It's not as if she's capable of a real fight.
Oh! Do not let Citron hear this.
Come on,
I
perception.
say this. I say this. I say this out
Hengar,
loud.
even as you say that, Hengar just looks at you and shakes his head and just says, "No." Wow. Ooh. And he just sort of raises his hands and backs away. And she's like, and he is a great, great fighter. I do not track with those sentiments.
I
she
will
hear this?
apologize. Well, did Heron hear this? Yeah.
No, if Heron heard this, she probably would have flattened you.
God damn it. I mean, I look at Heron and I go, Hangar says, I apologize. I was just trying to get her attention. That's bad. Stop it.
And he sort of lowers his voice and just says, "That's not a good way to get her attention.
I think you already have her attention too.
Just ask for a rematch if you want that. Do not disparage her strength or ability, though. That is not accepted here."
Quick, she's right behind you.
I
She heard
look at
everything you
Hank.
just said.
I die on the spot. Okay, I look at Hangar and I go, you can obviously tell I'm so good at this stuff, at wooing with people. So I declare. Do I declare that I want to rematch to Heron directly?
Yeah.
What do I?
He'll nod. He will say, "Yes, that is how you will earn her respect."
Okay, one more. I demand one more a rematch.
Okay, what do you say to her?
You got you. Oh shit. Okay, I want to say something that doesn't come off as sexist, but I'll just say what I can without making it awkward and weird.
You can't do worse than what you said before.
Oh yeah, that came out exactly as I wanted it. Anyways, I say to Heron, I respect your skills. I want to see them again.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
What's the advantage out of pity?
No.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, roll for how well you flirt with Patrick.
Oh jeez, 10. I'm on the fence.
Yeah, with a 10, she looks at you and she just shakes her head and says, maybe at the next festival we have, I will give you another chance, but you will have to earn that chance.
Fuck.
Oh.
I'll take that chance.
And she nods and just says, I believe you. You should talk to Hengar and he can teach you, maybe train you a bit. I think you have the ability. You just need some training. I'll be here for you when you are ready.
Duma just nods, straightens his back, flexes his chest, and then walks away.
Wow, that was kind of hot.
I think that may be too much woman for you, my friend.
That is the exact kind of woman.
Oh, a woman should be a challenge. She should make you think and make you act, make you do.
Oh, she's gonna make me do, and I want someone who knows how to break bones.
Ah, well, here we will start with this. And I will pull something I've been working on for a long time. 2 heavy metal cast iron cuffs and put them on his feet. You will grow stronger!
How long have you been carrying this? This is goddamn heavy.
I have wheels. I am like, how do you say, Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh my god. Alright, so.
Do you give him an orange gi with the sleeves ripped off?
Oh, jeez. No!
I forgot about.
Forget.
I was making a joke on those toddler joke ones. The weight down your toddler.
Oh, Patrick and I were thinking about that particular thing.
Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me, Dragon Ball is where it started?
Oh wow, I got
orange-
schooled by the youngin.
Oh my god. Okay, find me a Master Roshi, quick.
You have him.
The afternoon passes. As the sun is starting to set, you start to hear, and sort of surprisingly, you hear Folnor and her group come racing back into the camp. And you see her immediately scout around and head into Yaren's tent. And after a couple of minutes, you see him step outside and he claps his hands. And everybody immediately stops what they're doing and sort of turns and looks to him. And he makes a pronouncement and just says, we have had some troubling news from Folnor and our hunters. It seems there are townfolk hunting our elk and camping in our burial grounds.
Did they find out which town?
He shakes his head and just says, no, but they are clearly not following the boundaries that have been set. I can only assume they are outsiders.
I may know these peasants. If you could tell me your concerns, I could go to them for you. We have this understanding now, and I do not want either many of my friends from the north to be hurt, and now you are counted among them, and I do not want that.
And Fulner at this point will sort of step up and she will say, they are not.
I missed that. I missed the they are not, and then I missed
They
that.
are not locals. Their dress and their manner is not like anything from the 10 towns, and they called to us and demanded negotiation, but I am not one to speak for our tribe. And Yarand at this point, turns to the group and just says, if Hengar goes with you, will you speak for us with these other outsiders?
I would
Sounds-
happily do it if my group is okay.
Sounds
I
like
believe we are
interlopers
going.
need to be driven off.
Yep.
Fine by me.
I still
I'm
may
not
know
cold anymore.
them, so we will hope for the most easy explanation that I know them, and we can ask them nicely to go. But yes, Hengar will be your envoy, and I will help be a cultural translator.
Yarand nods and says, thank you. I hope you can talk sense into these people. I'm afraid if any more of us went, it would simply be a fight. I'm not sure that I am calm enough right now to negotiate properly.
May I have, and this is where it does get sensitive, some trifles to give them to maybe for goodwill. Some furs that you have extra, or maybe a. Well, I will use the cask you gave me. That is actually I did not think of that. We'll do that.
And you had a pile of 8 furs that you found down in Icing Death's caves that you could also
Oh
share.
yeah,
And he will mention that Hengar told me of the spoils. You may do with those as you please. But if they are hunting our elk and despoiling our burial grounds, they are looking for trouble.
and we will hope to collect it, have them on their way, and have an understanding. Praise be to Moradin, for he guides us all.
And he will nod and just say, I hope your faith is rewarded.
Oh,
And
not so far, my friend, but we will see.
with that, you guys are fed. The evening sort of passes again. Is there anything you guys wish to do before you depart in the morning?
Last of my spell slots to bury if there's any dead left.
Well, that would have to happen at the burial grounds itself.
Oh, they're at the burial grounds. Right, I forgot. Sorry.
I would like to do that thing we talked about briefly.
All right.
Oh,
I would also like to see the Great Ezekiel's briefs.
Ooh. No. What?
Where did that come from?
What Radigan's going
Briefly.
to do is, as he, as the group is leaving towards the burial grounds, he's going to take like 2 coins out, sort of remembering what the wolf said, out of his share, and just kind of like toss them into the snow as they're leaving after they've left the tribe.
Were you doing that to protect them? Because that's super sweet.
Well, no, I'm doing it to protect Radigan.
Yeah, we don't actually have do we have the document for what we got?
No, I'll put that up. It's mostly as long as you guys know the items you have, the other items. Yeah, so you sprinkle a couple of gold in the snow.
At least Radigan's doing it until he doesn't have to do it anymore. I don't know what that's going to look like, but he'll hold off the angry, winter wolf.
Oh, it's such a superstition. I kind of want to do an insight check and try and pick them up and keep them for him for when we're out, and I give him back all his money. With interest, you got the super saver.
We were
account.
literally warned by a winter wolf.
But that
Yes,
is a wolf. I do not take religious advice from a wolf. Sorry, it is a wolf.
So
right.
what are
So
we
that
doing?
is the morning. You scatter that. The evening before, Ezekiel will sidle up next to Radigan at some point during the evening. Give me a sleight of hand check.
I want to try it while he's sleeping, specifically.
Oh,
Oh, while you're sleeping. Okay.
okay. What am I opposing this with?
Have you made any preparations before you went to sleep?
No, I just kind of keep it like close to myself, maybe sleep on top of it.
Okay, so this is going to be a sleight of hand check. I'll say with disadvantage, as some preparations have been made.
If he's sleeping on top of it, I have a question about the suggestion spell.
Oh!
If it's obvious that it's underneath him and he's asleep, could I try and use suggestion on him while he's asleep?
No, you would wake him up, but I mean, you could also like gently wake him up and cast suggestion as he is sort of coming out of his rest.
What if I cast the sleep spell first?
No, you have to. They have to be able to understand you.
Yeah, so
All right.
while he's asleep, it wouldn't work.
So suggest won't work if he's asleep. Would sleep work if he's asleep to make him sleep deeper?
Sleepception.
You can certainly try it.
All right, I will second level a sleep spell at
Oh, God.
Radigan
Ooh.
before I go.
For some reason, this top keeps spinning.
Before I try and steal it. So I'll roll the hit points.
Do I go a level
Yes.
down?
Oh, that's why did it not do anything? Hang on, it's 78. I think. Let me double check.
821.
Yeah, 78 for a second level.
Wait for it.
38 hit points worth of sleep.
Okay, so suddenly Radigan is in a hotel and he's wearing a vest and he's trying to chase down some guy.
Yeah. So Ezekiel, you fall very deeply asleep as Ezekiel is whispering into your ear.
All right, and then I will try and get it.
Okay.
Is this still a disadvantage after the sleep spell?
Nope. I will say this is now a straight roll.
9.
Oh,
Phrasing.
You are unable to reach in and unclasp it from his cloak. Just the way that he is positioned and his weight is on it, that is not enough to get your hand under and release it properly.
Fuck off.
What if I try and cut it off?
I'm not wearing it right now.
Oh, you're not wearing it?
Yeah, no, he was sleeping on top of it. So yeah, I would say your attempt at this point has failed.
Okay. I will leave it for another night.
are you gonna like repeat this like every night until you get it off of him?
Phrasing! Oh my god, you guys, phrasing! And you think I'm a perv.
Get it off of him. Is what
So
she said.
with that, morning comes. Radigan, roll me an insight check.
Alrighty. 8.
All right. You slept uncomfortably, but you don't, pick up anything else. I will also say, give me a Actually, no. An insight is just fine. You don't get the sense that anything weird or terrible happened in the during your sleep, but you wake up grumpy. You wake up, protective of your stuff.
I'm gonna make myself some good coffee. I don't know what's wrong with that horse man. Can't make a cup of coffee to save his life.
My tent is behind yours. I can heal you.
Good. Learn to make better coffee.
Oh, that's it. We are having it out right here. Come here, bring your coffee. And we will have a coffee contest.
Give me performance checks, both of you. Cassandra, roll me your portents for the day.
Okay.
Damn it!
Now this is how you make coffee.
Wow, a 7 and an 18. Those are pretty good portents. So yes, Augustus definitely makes a better cup of coffee this morning. You burn your beans a little bit, Radigan, and you know it's a bitter brew that you drink, but somehow it seems right this.
Rather drink this than damn horseman coffee.
So how is Radigan traveling at this point? Are we all on horseback or something? Or in wagons? Like I
Radigan's
forget.
You guys are on foot. You guys have snowshoes, and Augustus has his cart that is basically like a sleigh that you guys have been pulling.
Yeah, and you notice that Radigan isn't bundled up in furs anymore. He's kind of back to his cowboy outfit, and it looked like he would normally be kind of very happy, aside from the fact that he's just been really, really bitchy lately.
Yeah, I was going to
bone
try and
ring.
I was
Yeah,
actually going to try and put some cushioning on like the saddle of his horse to try and, since he's got something up his ass so far, it's starting to hurt him. I was like, here you go, a little bit of cushioning for you.
Here's 10 feet of pillows.
All right, Ezekiel, what do you say to Cithrin?
I quietly say, lay out my concerns about the black ice clasp that he has,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about how the dwarf seemed really weird about his black ice weapon. And
Refresh
that I
my
don't.
memory on the dwarf and the black ice weapon. He was just like super crazy possessive of it.
He was like, "Look at it! You can't have
Oh.
it. It is mine."
Oh, he was incredibly possessive of it.
Okay.
Radigan wasn't
plus-
quite that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't there, or not. I'm
You
not
were
in
there.
this conversation.
Yeah, you
But
were.
remember, no, I'm not. I'm not with this part. But what I'm saying is, remember, you guys did we all encountered that group of dwarves on the cairn, and
Yeah,
they
that's-
were all fucking grumpy, and they all had black ice.
Yes.
Plus the guy in town.
Yeah.
I don't know. Radigan thought he seemed delightful.
So I turned to Ezekiel and you're the magic user. You suspect there's a link?
Patrick, when I cast detect magic on the black ice clasp, there wasn't anything, right?
That is correct.
It appears. I'm not certain, but I do not think it is a good idea to let Radigan continue to have the clasp. They didn't detect his magic to me, but it might be abjured against it or something.
Cursed items don't usually appear as magic, do they?
They do, but it is hard to tell that they are cursed. It is not something one can even glean with a simple identify spell. But remember the story about the black ice, the wizard who tried to take over the whole region, and the black ice was related to that in some way, I believe. Yes.
I don't know. Do I know that?
I think you do. I think you actually critted a roll about it or something.
The wizard tried to take over the north, got his power from black stone.
Right.
Yeah, you inferred that they may be related in some way, but you couldn't pick out exactly how.
All right. Yeah. Let's.
So, I tried to get it last night, but I could not. I would appreciate some help the next time.
I can do mage hand, Ezekiel.
You're not here.
Am I really not here?
No,
I'm specifically talking to Cithrin because I know Cithrin's.
Cithrin knows something's up too. Yeah.
Can I just start creeping on him now? It's okay. It's okay.
Cithrin will turn to Ezekiel. It'll just like give a very, very, very slight nod and just tell me what needs to be done.
Right. Tonight.
And,
after we deal with the whole burial amount thing.
I'll be ready.
And where is Radigan in relation to this conversation?
You are over with Gus drinking your coffee.
You're having your coffee contest right now.
That coffee looks very. I have this. They call it Kahlua. It's from the south. Would you like to try?
Yeah, Radigan will down half the bottle.
Is your
Did
cart
Duma
really just
even
a
wake
bar
up?
cart, Gus? You've now pulled Sherry from it and Kahlua.
Oh, the Kahlua was Ian. The sherry was because I'm French. But yes, I'm not really spending much of my gold, so I'm assuming I'm just gonna not take my share, and that's what it goes into, these random shit that I pull out of the cart.
Okay, with that, you guys are met by Hengar and Folnor, and they will lead you out across the tundra. The weather the last few days since you guys have fought Hedron has been surprisingly clear and calm. The sun has been bright, so you guys all have your eye guards on, but everything sort of favors you. And it's a fair trek, and you guys keep a pretty good pace going. But you suffer sort of no exhaustion. And as you guys are making this trek, you can see eventually off in the distance what appears to be a slight hill, and you can make out some sort of rock cairns that have been sort of set out in a large circle. And Folner will say the burial grounds are up ahead. And as you make your way there, you start to see a group of individuals, and they sort of stand and shake themselves off, and you can see they've got sort of small tents. There are a couple of dog sleds with, very large dogs that, are sort of laying around and sleeping. And, you can see they sort of spread out across this large burial mound as they see you coming. And sort of stepping forward, you see a very sort of tall and regal elf woman with a shock of sort of blonde hair sort of cascading out, and she sort of waves and grins at you guys as you make your way up onto the mound. And we'll take a quick 5-minute bathroom break and pick up there.
Oh, hello
Cool.
there, darling.
Ezekiel is dressed like a Waterhavian noble right now, by the way.
I'll be right back.
Playing a character who's just getting progressively grumpier and grumpier.
I love the fact that my wizard's the horn dog and my bard was the innocent angel baby.
Ezekiel has not hit on a single person this entire campaign. He's not clear. He's clearly not really a bard.
Oh,
Yet.
you handsome rogue, you.
A little bit on Hengar, but that was it.
Yeah. Apologies for that, by the way, guys. Somebody decided to start vacuuming all of a sudden and didn't warn me.
And we're going into a social situation with this character.
Oh, see,
Ezekiel's going to
this,
try and take the lead here.
see, this is why, he's going to be a grumpy prick, and, this is going to get Sithrin killed, and Sithrin's not happy about it.
Oh, this is going to be great, I think.
You'll love it. You don't have a choice.
Ezekiel is going to try and start closer
I'll be right back.
because
Also,
you guys can set
bard-
yourselves up as you sort of see fit.
I'm finding the group that I can hurt the most at the same time.
please do not hurt anyone.
Oh. Because from the last night, I'm very motivated to become stronger. And better.
Because I'm stronger than yes. No? Okay, fine.
Ian, are you still here?
He is wandering around. What's up?
Oh, I wanted to talk about a post on r/OSHA yesterday while we're waiting to start. OSHA.
Oh, you're talking about the safety
subreddit.
thing?
The
Oh.
r/OSHA subreddit. Because I know he
Oh.
likes it, and I want to know if he saw the post that I saw.
Probably not, but he'll be back in a few minutes.
Reddit is becoming a little bit sensitive and fragile every day.
How do you pronounce this name, Patrick? The CCH. Is that a K? Is this woman's name literally Baka?
No, it's Bacha.
But
I know. I thought about having it Baka because it's sort of like Bacchus, but I'm going to go with Bacha.
if it helps in
Sounds
Hindi,
Klingon.
bacha means son. It's son in Hindi. FYI.
So it's like a boy named Sue,
A boy named Sue.
a daughter named Sun. Oh, Sun, S-U-N or S-O-N?
O-S-O-N.
Ah, okay, yeah. So it's a daughter named Sun. That's a disappointed parent.
If you want, you can change the name. You just have to change just one letter from bacha. No, wait, sorry. Let me correct myself. Bacha is literally translates to child. It doesn't translate to son. Son in Hindi is bacha. I forgot the Hindi. Shit. I forgot my own language. Yeah, bacha is child if we're going with that.
Considering how all of us mangle English, I would not feel bad about that.
Sorry, Radigan is back.
Yay! Sorry. While we're waiting for everyone to come back in, Patrick, can you just help me out with my token? For some reason, when I right click and go into edit token, I only have two out of the three bars available to me. One is the energy bar, one is the health bar. There's supposed to be a third bar, which is supposed to be the armor bar, which is not showing up on my screen at all.
I only have two as well.
Yeah, so
When I right click.
So when I want to edit my health, like when I heal and when I take damage, my health bar, sorry, not my shield, my health bar, it's not there. I cannot edit
The
it.
green
I don't know if the green one, exactly. Sorry. So I don't know if it's my token or it's my character sheet. So I don't know how to edit it.
I've got it. I added, I added the edit ability.
Can you do it to me too? Because I still only have two bars as well.
Yay! Thank you so much, Patrick.
But somebody was asking a question about me.
Yes. Did you see that post on r/OSHA yesterday?
Which one?
With the canoes and the ladder?
No.
There was a post yesterday.
I'm gonna go look. Did they? Let me guess. Did they take two canoes and connect them together with a couple of ladders to make
Just
a cheap ass catamaran?
Yes, but like one ladder, and somebody was standing on it.
Oh my god, I would totally do that.
Oh, where is it? I'll see if I can find it.
I'm looking it up now.
Stick a couple of trolling motors on the back of that whole rig, and you got yourself a fun time down at the cottage.
I found the link.
Oh, the greasing the pole. It's a fucking.
Oh, it's a picnic table. I forgot about the picnic table part of it. I forgot about the picnic table part of it.
The picnic table's actually better. That makes it far more stable. If you note, it's not just one ladder. It's got the feet in the bottom, and it looks like at least two of the cross beams are touching the canoes. That's dumb, but one of them can jump out and save him, no problem, if he cracks his head off.
Oh yeah, like that's water that's like people are climbing over because that pole is like a pole you're supposed to try and balance down while it's greasy.
Those greasy poles.
Oh, is it?
Yes, but it's still like.
Okay. Also, I got a clap for Nabil's greasy poles joke. That was actually pretty funny.
The entire comment section is just greased pole jokes.
Oh shit. I'm just looking. I haven't opened it yet, but no, I could see this as being a solution in my family. Most definitely. We'd also take pictures and look how stupid we are. but I mean, we deep fry turkeys at my parents' house, so
We don't do a whole turkey. We do a turkey breast wrapped in
Ooh.
bacon.
Deep frying a turkey is fine as long as the turkey isn't frozen.
Yes.
Didn't
I remember that
No,
Buffers episode.
there's also, if you have too much volume in the pot,
Yeah,
the oil can go over.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be frozen explodes. That's the issue with frozen.
Yeah, so if the oil spills over, then that's a problem too. So don't do it on the deck. Do it on something non-flammable, or worst case scenario, your lawn.
You do it in the middle of the
And-
lawn is the safest way, yeah.
Yeah, and then just make sure that you got some way of dropping the turkey in that's not like instantly right beside within horrible scaldy splashy damage radius.
We have a hook.
of your-
It's just like a triangle hook.
See, there you go.
If it helps, William Shatner actually has a video on how to deep fry a chicken. Deep fry a turkey. So it's kind of funny, and it's funny
Yeah,
to watch.
but
I don't.
kind of a see you next Tuesday.
Shatner is.
I like Shatner as a comedic force, but he's definitely no Adam West as somebody who knows how funny they are in old age. Shatner is funny because he's kind of like a mini Canadian Trump.
Ooh.
I mean, if you go and read his biography and everything ever written about him, he is a drama queen, like huge, like oh my god.
I've read stories about, during Star Trek behind the scenes, how everyone just hates his guts.
Oh yeah, George Takei has many things to say about him.
Let's put it this
he's-
way: his greatest accomplishment is being in part of the first interracial kiss allowed on television was him being jealous of who was supposed to get the kiss.
Spock.
Yeah,
Wait, Spock was supposed to kiss Uhura?
yes.
I did not know that.
And I mean, fair enough. If someone says, "Well, I would probably say something similar. I'm the fucking lead of the show. I want to be groundbreaking." It still makes him a dick, but I think we're all back, right?
I think so.
I think Tara is the only one left.
No, I'm here.
Oh, she's there. Never mind. Don't listen to the
back
deal.
yet.
Oh, there goes my Terra Incognito joke.
Ian, I cannot get your bar to show up. I will work on it more, but it should be visible to everyone, and I don't even.
No, it's that wagon
All
bit.
right.
That's the bar.
Boo.
Boo.
You didn't bring the bar with us?
No, we didn't, apparently.
You would leave it off the site of the sacred ground, I would assume, out of respect.
We will ask Hengar, and if he says yes, then yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, it's just off of just off screen. So, as you move forward, this elven woman raises her hand and just says, "I think you'll stop right there, and I am here on behalf of Speaker Valish Gant, leader of Bryn Shander. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?"
Is she?
That is not the leader of Bryn Shander, as far as I know. Duvessa is. Last I checked.
Oh no. Valish is the new appointed speaker of Bryn Shander, and he has allied the 10 towns with the arcane brotherhood of Luskan.
Oh, we're fucked.
And he has sent me,
that bad.
my name is Bakcha, out to set up operations on behalf of this new trade alliance for the benefit of all the Dale's inhabitants.
Yes. Well, right now, speaking of some of the Dale's inhabitants, you are currently trespassing on a very important site for some of those inhabitants.
I kind of want to
Oh.
whisper to Duma, just charge.
Oh yes, we are well aware that we are on the lands of the tribe of the Elk. Other parties have been sent out to speak to other tribes. Speaker Gant has authorized myself to negotiate the sale of the Tundra lands. I mean, the Speaker And she'll look at Hengar and just say, the speaker will allow you to live here still as a token of his goodwill. You will just now pay tax on what you hunt.
I will hold Hangar back. Before he even reacts, I'm gonna grab his shoulders. Just relax, my friend. You are the envoy. Do not get heat. Madame, would you give us just, say, 30 minutes to prepare? I have a camp. I have food and refreshment, and you and your compatriots, your closest allies, can come, and we will discuss it like civilized people.
And she smiles, and Hengar beside you can just hear his.
Don't grind your teeth. Eat those.
And yeah, he is sort of tensing, and she will look at the group and just say, "Oh, our offer is firm and final. You'll be fools if you don't take it. We have deeper pockets and a broader power base with the Arcane Brotherhood than anyone here in the Dale does."
That has nothing to do with what we will discuss. We will talk about this like people.
And you would most likely receive a better reception if you moved off the sacred burial grounds of the Elk tribe.
Yes, it is quite rude to trespass in a graveyard you absolutely do not own.
Well, I was trying to get them away quietly so we could discuss it and off the mound, but yes, we could yell at them too. That always makes for great diplomacy.
We're not attacking them, we're just asking them to move to better their bargaining position.
And as you speak up, Cytherin, sorry, she looks at you and looks at Duma and looks over at Regis and kind of cocks her head and just says, I know you. I know you guys from Luskan. What on earth are you doing up here?
Trying our luck.
Not grazing for grass.
Being better people than you.
Protecting our friends.
That too.
Radigan's going to sort of take a small device out of his pocket and just kind of surreptitiously aim it towards Baca, Miss Bacha here, and just kind of give a little bit of a ping there.
So it's like the ghost scanner in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So Radigan's gonna sort of approach and get that off of them, and just kind of like put his hand on Hangar's shoulder and then just kind of like surreptitiously scan Bacha.
All right, yeah, you send out this sort of ping, and nothing off of her sort of registers, but as you are looking, you notice that the furs that she has draped over her shoulder have a sort of wolf head on them, and you catch just the littlest glint of what appears to be a silver tooth.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what?
History check?
Yep, give me a history check. You guys all have seen this.
That's the bloody winter wolf that accosted us.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I remember that clearly.
And let's
see, with those, everyone give me a roll. But Augustus and Radigan, and actually, yeah, all four of you at this point, you more recognize it as the fur that Aglanel had wrapped around his shoulders when last you saw him.
What have you done with Aglanel?
Okay, now I'm going to put my hands on Ezekiel's shoulders. Just relax, my friend. Just relax.
Oh, you mean that poor unfortunate soul you sent in to speak against Speaker Gant? Oh, he's fine. He's just resting in the cell under the town hall right now. Sadly,
Ezekiel is going to say, come here and hand me that cloak with the suggestion spell. There is no other way this was going to end.
Okay, so with
Not at
that,
all.
yeah, step up because now we gotta.
All right, you're going to start casting this. Are you going to start casting this openly?
Well, I mean, it's just vocal components, and the vocal
Mhm.
components are saying the sentence, and the material components, I've got, my material components in hand.
As
All right.
as all of this is happening, Radika's just gonna step forward and say, "Lady, you speak like someone who's never been smacked in the mouth before. We got the solution for you." And
Well, first of all, I have to. So what's the save
Wisdom
for?
save, DC 13. This is not going to succeed, but she's going to succeed, but
She does succeed, and her eyes.
actually,
sort
can
of
I
widen.
cutting words her saving throw? No, it's just an attack roll.
Yeah. Her eyes widen, and she smiles, and she just says, "This doesn't have to go the way of violence."
No, you can leave.
Speaker Gant's plans have already been enacted across the 10 towns. East Haven is about to feel his grip next.
But not here yet.
We are here.
You will go.
We are here to simply inform you of the way things are. If anything happens to us, the next group that is sent out will be larger and better armed.
Don't threaten me with a good.
Yeah, I think we should start. This is a hill in the center, right?
It's everything in here is sort of a raised mound. You can see where some of the burial plots lie. There is what appears to be a mound of bones in the center.
Okay, so I won't walk on that because I thought this was actually a hill, this circular thing, like another mound on the mound, like a nipple, if you will.
It is, but it is a pile of sort of old bones and other human remains.
We'll start just moving around instead of going over the top because that would be awful. We will take your advisement and yes, I will refer with the official envoy of the Elk tribe, and if you will be so kind as to wait here, we will return.
She smiles and just says, "You may go talk amongst yourselves. We have given our message, and we will now depart. Let the king of the Elk tribe know these lands are now Speaker Vale's, or Speaker Gant's, and the lands of the Vale are still available to them, but they will pay taxes to the 10 towns for everything they hunt and kill."
And you may want to tell your new speaker. And I'm gonna move closer so it's a little quieter.
And as soon as you start sort of moving that way, she will just raise her hand, and you see the people behind all raise their bows and arrows and their crossbow, and she just says, "Do not cross past the skulls, please."
My hands are empty, and I will hold them up and be like, "Oh no, 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 no! All you should know, just let the speaker. The traveling smith is coming."
And she says, "I will certainly let him know, and just have it be known here today that I personally believe that violence is for people who can't negotiate. As a member of
Says the
Shipwreck North."
person.
Can I?
Says the person who has thrown a good man in jail and stolen from him.
I think Augustus just starts bursting out laughter, and like just in between wheezings, it's just demands and diplomacy as I walk away.
All right. And Bacha will look at, again, sort of, Duma and Cithrin, and she just says, "I understand your position, as does Valish himself. I mean, it could be beneficial even if you wanted to work for him. Or there's always apparently the pirate ships on Lake Dinishir. They might be hiring sailors of your ilk."
Radigan will draw his crossbow and point it at Botcha and say, "Don't press your fucking luck, lady."
Sithrin will
I'm
turn to Bacha and
afraid I
speak.
agree with my companion. And Ezekiel is going to raise his focus.
He is
Um,
doing your type of diplomacy. Ha ha!
So Gan has
Duma just-
allied with.
Yeah, sorry.
So Gan has
Go ahead,
allied
Tara.
with
Oh,
the host
sorry.
tower. It's okay. Gan has allied with the Luskan host tower of the Arcane. Correct? That's what she's basically saying.
That is what she is saying, and you recognize her as a member of Ship Rethnor, so it seems to be a Luskan group that has moved in.
Okay.
Much as they always try and expand their.
I will spit, and I will be like, I do not truck with the host tower. And I sneer at her or Ship Rethnor.
I thought the Arcane Brotherhood was at least a neutral organization. I read all their young adult novels.
I just out of the corner of my mouth, depends on how high up you go, girl.
What do you mean?
Later.
Yeah, we will take. I will gently lead Hangar back to our cart and tent that we've set up, and we will begin to discuss this because I do have a slight plan, but it basically means I lose my character.
What, are you gonna
Ship
blow
Rethnor is
yourself
like
up?
the lowest ship, right? The ship that nobody cares about.
Rethnor?
Yeah, the worst ship, right?
They're all
They're-
kind of sort of on equal terms.
What's
But-
a
Yeah,
Rethnor?
in Luskan they have maybe the lowest amount of sway, but because of that, they tend to try and spread out a little further to gain further influence. So they're not the most respected ship, but they definitely still have some.
Oh. Cassandra,
Yes.
you have your portents, right?
Well, I will. Yes. How can I be of assistance? The great Ezekiel.
What are they again? Like, what are the numbers today?
It's a 7 and a 18 out of game. But I feel
Yes.
I feel like I could either do something really good or something kind of bad. Because that's how these stories are supposed to end, right? The great Ezekiel.
Can you give her a really bad?
I think so.
All right.
So, and I mean, while the rest of you have sort of moved away and are sort of talking amongst that, you can actually see their group has started to pack up and load up some of the dog sleds, and she will sort of step forward and just say, I assume our message was clear. Thank you for your time. Be seeing you. Though I should let you know that Bryn Shander is closed to you.
Blendenda has never been closed to me, and never will be.
Be seeing
The
ya.
great Ezekiel, before they walk away, is going to say one more time, Madam, would you not like to discuss this further with the king himself, rather than walking away like you are? And I'm going to use my second suggestion and sort of elbow Cassandra.
7.
I really hope Cassandra, right in the middle of the fight, just screamed out 7.
No, I didn't. I was telling that to the DM. I'll just whisper it. 7.
With that, she, sort of stops and turns and, takes a step towards you and just says, I assumed you are here as the king's representatives. I have given my word to the king. I have nothing more I need to say. If you, and she looks directly at Hangar at this point and just says, I assume this tribesman was sent here as the king's representative. Therefore, I am speaking to the king.
Oh,
The
come
rest
on.
of you are not.
She got a 7. Come on.
She got a 7, but it also it will only work for one turn, so she's not going to spend it.
No, suggestion is 8 hours.
8 hours.
Suggestion's like the really good one.
Okay.
Citron is going to look forward to skinning her alive.
That's it. I'm writing a Sunday service for Cithrin on why we don't skin people, and one for Duma about why we don't insult the woman that just beat us up.
All right, yeah. With that, she will turn and just say, "Bring your king to me, then."
I said, come and talk to the king yourself with my suggestion.
Ah, well then.
I'm trying to get. I worded it in such a way that I want her to go to the camp, like to try and go to the camp alone if she failed.
Okay. Yeah, she will turn and look at you and just say, "If he has to hear it himself, I have no problem with that." And
he'll want to hear this.
you know, her people behind her immediately sort of bristle, and you hear a couple of them just say, "My lady, I think we need to discuss this a little bit further."
And Radigan will step forward at this point, cash in his inspiration, and just kind of like give them all a death glare and say,
And
Guidance.
Guidance as well.
I was going to try and inspire him.
Wait.
But
I
No,
have a
this is
I
all
have
happening.
one. I have a portent.
Guys, it's done.
yeah, that you have to use the portent before they roll.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
So with a 16, you step forward and do that, and yeah, they all immediately sort of raise their weapons, and you hear a voice say, "You're not going anywhere with our leader. I don't know what spell you've cast on her, but she is not leaving here." And I need everyone to roll initiative then, please.
Woohoo!
Damn it.
Dibs on the bitch.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
let me
She's
clear it up.
quickly just walking away at this point.
Oh, shoot. I wasn't. I'm rolling again because I wasn't did on my thing. I'll adjust it.
Oh, what did I roll? I have to put it back in now. It's gone.
2013. There we go.
Or am I re-rolling?
I just re-roll just to make it easier.
Yeah, finally I get a good roll. Where was that when I needed it for heroin? God damn.
Yeah,
I
my
did
re-roll
not think this was going to go to
fucked up.
violence.
I did try to warn them.
You've got a member of Shipwrethnor in front of Cithrin, and you've got to crank your out again.
You've got a
Damn right you do.
person with a well-defined sense of justice.
That too.
If it helps, Duma did not initiate this fight, so I'm just
He
putting
really didn't.
Also, did we
Well, once-
just go to totally colonial on Hengar and not even let him have a word edgewise in?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
think I don't think he's really upset though at this.
He was like getting ready to attack.
Yeah,
That's why I did what I did, but I'm still saying we still should have given him something to say. He's the king's envoy. We're just guards, right? We all just guards and advisors. And
No, the
whatever
king asked you
that
to speak
is.
for. Yeah, the king asked you to speak for them.
Okay,
All
good.
right. First up is Cithrin.
All right. How far away am I from her? Right there.
She's like trance
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah, she is. She is walking just sort of towards you guys and has been making a sign of, "I am ready to leave."
Yeah, she's coming with us. Don't kill her.
I want to kill her so bad.
That's the plan in the camp.
Oh yeah, no,
We
the
don't
king's
have to.
fucking string her right up.
Yeah, we could. There are alternatives, but maybe this one.
So I'm not going to attack anybody yet because nobody's actually physically attacking, right? Not yet.
That is correct.
Okay. My ready to action is just an actual action. It's not an actual movement, correct?
Yes, just an
Okay.
action. And what's your
So-
trigger going to be?
I'm going to move up to this guy. So that was 15, 20, 25. Just kind of like eyeballing him, but like I don't have my weapon out yet. But as soon as any of those henchmen attack anyone of our party, swinging a hit. Hopefully, I'm just going to hack at him with my great axe. If anyone attacks any of the henchmen attack any of my companions, I am going to smack that one right in front of me.
All right.
There we go. Words.
Next up are these folk, and they will all step forward. One of them actually is going to run back, and you see him rouse the sled dogs, and you see them get up and start to bristle and growl and turn in your directions.
Great.
The rest of them are going to draw their weapons, and
We
they are
brought a
going to-
druid, right?
Nope.
We brought a
Nope.
huntress lady, right? Fulnor's with us.
She is down here.
We have Hangar too. I think we're okay.
Yep.
Disabled their leader, kind of.
What? Don't
Yeah,
lose
she's on our
concentration.
She's not on our side. She just wants to go see the king.
So are we gonna
She-
throw her on my back and I take off? Is that what my turn's gonna be?
The first one is going to fire a crossbow towards you, Cithrin, as you move forward.
Jesus.
It's a 13 to hit, so that does not hit. But your triggered action goes.
Yep. Aw, fuck.
Unfortunately, yeah, you swing, and the attacker in front of you just sort of slides and ducks and dodges out of the way. This one here in the middle is going to turn and fire on you, Ezekiel, as you are directly in. That is a
the bone
16 to hit.
The bone pile's not in the way.
It's not that high.
All right. Okay.
So 16 to hit.
I will not cutting words.
Okay. You take 7 piercing damage.
Ow.
Give me a Constitution save, please.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, come on. They poison their arrow.
No, concentration.
Oh, that's not good.
What did I say?
That is a failure. Your concentration is dropped. With that,
Oh, it's concentration, yeah.
Duma, you are up.
All right. What happened? How badly does this one look? The one that's sorry, I'm trying to highlight it. The one next to Slytherin.
Oh, I didn't hit him.
Completely undamaged.
Oh, little. Okay, let me
Start charging.
rectify. Let me rectify that.
Rage.
Oh, it's gonna be raging.
Ragely rectify that.
Ragely. Okay. Okay, with my rage on, silver longsword coming in. Oh, sorry, I didn't add the rage. It's like 2 damage.
That is a 22 to hit. That. Not that
Sorry,
you
I'm
were even
just-
asking.
And plus 2 with rage.
Well, that was to hit. I don't see damage. Oh,
4.
4. So 6 slashing in total. All right. Yeah, you come up and slash down with your silver longsword and, slice through their sort of fairly simple leather armor. And, they... they have disadvantage on any attack roll as you see these sort of ghostly spirits start to swirl around and surround Duma and this sort of hunter that he attacked. All right. Any more movement?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. And shaking out of her sort of stupor, Baksha looks at you, Radigan, and looks at you, Ezekiel, and just, this did not have to turn this way.
Oh, yes, it did.
And she will draw her rapier, and for her first, she turns and swings with her rapier and to stab at you, Radigan.
Uh-huh.
That is a 15.
Radigan sort of steps aside.
Yeah. And then she will swing around with her rapier again, and she just calmly slips down here, stepping towards Ezekiel. And she will stab at you with her rapier. A 14 does not
Nope.
beat
I
your
got a
armor
15.
class. And then swinging around in her other hand, you see a dagger. And that is a 23 for 5 piercing damage.
To me or Radigan?
That is to you, Ezekiel.
Ow.
And then she will disengage, and she very nimbly moves back over to the...
Damn nimbly.
Yeah, she's a swashbuckler, so she just gets to basically do that on her movement. It's not even a bonus action. And with that, you see all the other members of her group behind all have now drawn their bows and have their beads, but they do not fire. They're all just sort of holding at that. Hangar, on his turn, is going to...
Oh shit, I let go of him.
Yep. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can get to her. As he does so, he is just... Let's see, he's going to get his swing in first, but then he is going to get peppered with arrows. He swings, and he does hit, and you see there is a small sort of spray of blood as he slashes down, and then they are all going to fire at him. Oh, that is 7 hits. Hengar is quickly peppered with arrows, but he is still standing on his feet. The one in front of you, Duma, is going to pull out a... Oh, shoot, no, they then do a second round of attacks.
Ooh.
Even though it's not their turn?
We're all gonna die.
Go for the bitch.
Yeah, Hengar put down, so he falls to the ground unconscious. The one next to you pulls out a short sword. That is only an 11. That misses. And another 11. That is another miss. So there are 2 misses that way.
Nice.
The Great Ezekiel, you are up.
I cast Healing Word on Hengar.
All right. You hear him sort of groan and grunt, but I mean, he is stuffed with about 13 or 14 arrows in his body right now. So he is prone on the ground. So you still have your movement and your...
Right, and then I will use my movement, or my action, to chomp on this lichen. What level healing spell or healing potion was this?
That was just a regular healing potion.
So I'll heal 8.
You heal 8.
And move here.
All right, you duck behind Augustus.
Radigan's not in the current order.
Yeah, where are you,
And
Radigan?
neither is Sandra.
Oh, yeah, no. Put me down as like a... Here, I'll roll myself in and then
You got a
correct
3.
myself to... Yeah, I'll correct myself to my current... oh, shit. current disgusting initiative.
Oh wait, yeah. Where am I?
Where are you?
You never rolled.
No, I rolled a 12. I'll roll again.
Oh, no, I see it. 12.14.
She can go before me.
All right, so I will go Hengar, and I'm gonna cast Mind Spike on that bitch.
All right. DC 13 Wisdom save.
DC 13.
That is a failure.
Oh yeah,
She
and
takes 19 psychic damage.
awesome.
Christ.
And then
Excellent roll.
I am going to tell Heidi, after Heidi Cat here, for everyone who's watching the stream, to assist Sithrin. And then I will give my portent, my 18 or 17, whatever it is today, to Gus.
Okay. Well, depends what Gus is doing. If he's rolling an attack roll.
Actually, so I am going to pull a card out, play to Moradin that this is a good one, and intimidation roll as I hold up the illusion card. Does that work? Yeah, but I thought this
No,
would
because
work
the
good.
intimidation, the deck of illusions, you have to throw it 30 feet, and an illusion will appear.
Just
No, I want to try the illusion, the deck. So, yeah, I'll toss it. So he said,
Yeah.
so like here, by the power of Moradin, I summon thee, and I throw the card.
Yeah. So you throw it at a point anywhere within 30 feet of you. All right.
So right here.
Pick a card. Name me a playing card, including. So name me a playing card.
The Ace of Spades.
Two
The
of
Joker.
hearts.
Motorhead can't be wrong.
Two of hearts.
2 of hearts. Okay. Highlight where you.
Right here.
All right. Appearing in that space.
This is either be great because I picked low, or I'm gonna get a bunny.
Or word die.
You see a goblin just sort of appear in the midst of the snow, and he raises this sort of rusty, small, short.
I like a bunny.
I face palm. Yes, at least you saved your portent. All right. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Radigan.
Radigan's gonna walk forward, and as he does, he draws this big ass pipe wrench out of his belt, and the pipe wrench starts humming and vibrating as he casts
Oh, he's got a vibrator.
this spell. And that was a bonus action. He looks up. He looks at Bache. He said, "Remember when I said you shouldn't press your fucking luck? This is what I meant." And he's gonna swing the wrench right at her face.
All right. Roll your attack.
Well, I don't know. Am I going to get interrupted?
Hey.
Well, no, I'm suggesting.
I know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, yes, I give you my portent.
Are you going to disallow that now, Patrick?
No, I'll let it happen.
All
Yeah,
right.
she has to declare before he can roll.
Yeah.
Well, that plus my. I'm only doing that for the damage, and that plus my guidance of 18 to hit.
Well, she gave you her portent anyway, so.
Yeah, it was 17 plus the 1d4.
No,
portent-
No, her portent is 18.
Oh,
plus
okay.
your strength plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you hit. No, you hit.
19.
So.
All right,
So
cool.
yeah, you do.
Hold on a second. That was arcane crossbow. Sorry, using
Yep.
the wrong one. Arcane wrench. All right, 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah,
Barf.
you strike her, but it sort of strikes her shoulder, and there is contact made, and she just kind of grunts.
And just kind of on its turn, the turret will kind of follow,
All right.
like a puppy.
Top of the round, Cithrin.
Oh, but Cithrin has advantage, remember.
Cithrin.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yes, that advantage, that's for me no matter who I attack, correct? Or is it only on this dude? Damn it. Nope. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm giving it up. I want that bitch. So I will take the attack of opportunity. 5, 10, 15.
It's on anybody.
All right. Yeah, they
Plus the-
swing and miss as you dash.
Fuck. Seconding wind that. Swinging again.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, a 13 does not hit.
Oh my god, I'm not rolling well with Cithrin.
Any more movement? Any bonus actions?
No, that's all I can do. Because my
All
breath
right.
weapon is an action, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Do. My action surge. Nope, that's it for me. God damn it.
Okay. With that, let me.
Is that a honey badger?
You wish.
Oh, good.
So with that, 3 of the sled dogs are going to be loosed. I will roll them into.
It's too bad I don't have like a bite attack as a dragonborn or something.
Don't
I
you
mean, you
have
do.
an ice
You have
breath?
unarmed strike.
Oh, yeah.
They
it doesn't
used
gonna
to,
work.
didn't they?
That's lizard
I
folk
think-
that you're thinking of, I think. But you can just melee attack somebody with an unarmed strike. It just
I
deals
know.
1 damage.
I know.
And this guy will move right up to this goblin that has shown up in front of their.
Fernando.
And they swing with their scimitar and slash and just go right through it.
Yeah,
And
well, the
you
gig
can
is
see
up.
that they then sort of reach out into the air, and the goblin is just sort of cowering at this point. But yeah, he's sort of poking at it with his hands. He will move there.
It's an ethereal goblin.
He will move
Yeah.
there. They will both fire at you, Cithrin. That is going to be 2 hits for 9 piercing damage.
What are the
Mother-
attack rolls?
That was a 19 and an 18.
Can I cutting words the 18?
Yes, roll.
Oh my god.
That is enough for a miss, though. That makes it a 16. So you only take 6 piercing damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
We have 40. Okay. These 2 large dogs leap at you, Radigan.
Oh boy.
All right. Any hits?
First one is a 15 to hit.
That's a miss. It's 16.
Second one with advantage because of pack tactics is a 19 to hit. You take 10 piercing damage and give me a strength saving throw, please.
Well, you could do that, or that could happen.
So this wolf or this large dog leaps up, its jaws sort of open wide, and it just hits against this arcane energy field that is currently surrounding.
And you all see like he's got a little buckle on his hat, and like it's you see there's actually gears in there, and they're now turned.
The gears of war.
And this one is going to run over and attempt to bite you, Cithrin, but it does not have it. Oh, yes, it does. It has an ally within 5 feet. Oh, that is a 7 and a 7. That is a huge miss.
Lucky 7.
Duma, it is your turn.
Alright, so let's take out the one next to me ASAP. Still raging. And... sorry. Does that hit?
That is a hit.
Cool. Holy smokes.
13. Yeah, you slash and slice through, and yeah, there is this sort of spray of blood, and the body just crumples down at your feet. They are dead.
They dead. Alright, so I'm gonna just use my movement, and since they seem to be ganging up on Butcha, Hankar, Radigan, Slytherin, I'll add myself to the group, and yeah, I guess that's all of my action for this run.
Okay. Cassandra.
Okay. What?
I said, kill them all.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying really hard. All right. So, what I'm going to do is, might as well burn it. I'm going to mind spike the leader again.
Okay. You've used your 2 portents, so another wisdom save.
And then Heidi will assist Slytherin again. And then I'm going to try and duck behind something.
All right, that is a big old 4. So that is another
Yes.
17 damage.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, and you can see like her nose actually starts bleeding and just kind of sprays blood, and her eyes are, blinking, and yeah, she appears to be in a fair bit of pain.
I'm going to, like, duck behind this bush.
All right. With that, she is going to step away, and she is just going to raise her hand and just say, "Stop this. A lesson is only a lesson if you are alive to learn it and to speak about it. We are going to leave. You tell the king how things are in this land now."
A state of concept rebellion, apparently.
And she laughs and just says, "Oh, the 10 towns are nearly under our full control. Once we get East Haven, there will be no stopping us." And she will turn and sort of raise her hands, and you see the rest of her sort of retinue that are left here, the rest of the people with their bows, all draw their bows, but just sort of hold everything. And she just says, and she sort of wipes the blood away from her nose, and she just says, "We are going to leave, and you will tell the king what the new terms are. They may live on the land. They pay tax for whatever they hunt. Or they will be wiped off this snowy wasteland."
Yeah, faint smile as they walk away.
I will shout. Oh no, I'm not going to shout it at her back, but I will say it just at a normal monotone voice. You can't outrun the sin, Rethnor, bitch. I'll see you again.
And Radigan's
She
gonna help.
turns and smiles and just says, "That's fascinating. I've heard people are looking for you, my darling.
I'll just grin at her.
A twist!
Yeah, so
Radigan-
as they... Oh, sorry, go ahead. You first.
Yeah, Radigan's gonna
And-
help. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah, so the rest of the group, they are holding their actions. They are watching what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
Well, I
Radigan's-
was going to let them go, right? Sorry.
Yeah, Radigan's gonna glare at them all first of all, and sort of stare down the dogs until they come back or until they're called back.
Yep, they are called back.
then,
And, their fur is sort of bristling and they're growling, but they are called back.
And Radica's gonna help Hangar onto his feet, and he's gonna look him right in the eye and say, "You know this little feud of yours between your three tribes? That feud's over now. We're gonna go back to your king, and you're gonna tell him to prepare for war."
He nods and just starts sort of snapping arrows off, and he just says, "Oh, the time is ripe indeed."
And
Perhaps
Augustus...
we can
will-
find another ally.
And with that...
Ezekiel is going to look towards the cairn.
No, do not look there.
We're going to East Haven.
We have allies in the 10 towns. We will raise an army. These people know me. Once they know what is afoot, they will be on our side. They want to live peacefully like our friends in the Elk tribe. I may have to go, but if I do, we may be able to raise a giant army.
Out of character,
Amen.
why are we discussing our battle plans in front of her?
No, she's gone. I thought she walked off. This is all precluded to they've walked away.
Yeah, so I will say you guys have sort of moved off of the burial ground. Fulnor will drag the corpse of this one killed person off of the burial mound and just toss them aside.
I'll help
And
tend
you-
to Hangar.
And I'll actually, once everyone's not looking, I'll give it a generic burial. I'll use one of my spell slots for today. On the water thing, I'll dig it out and actually give the person a proper burial. Away from not on their burial ground.
Yeah, no, the body was dragged off the burial ground, and Fulner will see you doing this, and she will say, "I respect that, but I don't agree with it.
I do not agree.
I would let her rot in the air as a gift to Aura."
Kind
We
of
will
scum don't
never
even
be-
take the bodies of their dead.
We will never be as bad as them, all right? We are going to treat the body like a body, which is with respect. Just because we disagreed with her in life does not mean she does not get to be rested in the ground like everybody else.
I don't want to waste the time. Let's go.
It hurts me myself, my friend, but
Well,
you may
to be
go.
fair, we can't move off right away. Hangar's pretty hurt.
Oh,
He
Hangar!
was healed a little bit. He stands and he just says, "I can walk.
All right.
I've been
All
hurt
right.
worse."
Ah.
We saw it happen.
Yes, that
Oh,
one
he
time you
raises
hit
head
that
at that.
pillar.
So, Cithrin, as we're walking
Gentle
back,
ribbing in
you'll-
the ribs, like just jokingly say that.
she'll say that, you know what, we need to move fast on this. Not only do we have these chuckleheads to worry about, but if word gets back to Luskin, they're going to start looking for her now.
Yeah.
Before we
yeah.
go, should I start heading out to rouse the other villagers? They say the 10 villages, but there are hamlets, there are farmsteads, there are people who might help us.
Wait until we have a firm plan of attack in mind.
Yes. The dwarves. I would like to speak of them for a moment. And you know of them, yes, Gus?
The dwarfs, I was raised in the, we will not get into the bad details of it, but yes, I was in the seminary in Moradin's college.
How would they take to someone moving in and demanding tax from them?
Oh, incredibly poorly. Like,
How
very poorly.
long?
Like, see
Sithrin.
Hangar? That poorly.
Sithrin.
Mm.
You know these Shiprathnor people. Vaguely. Right?
Unfortunately.
Do you think they would try to tax the dwarves? Demand payment from them as well?
They're the weakest ship in the city. They still have some clout, but because of their standing, they'll do anything to gain more power and money. No matter how
Are they
stupid or
stupid
asinine.
enough?
Yes, they are. No matter how stupid or asinine or suicidal it seems, if they have the chance to get money, power, or prestige from doing it, they'll try it.
Then I think we need to go see the dwarves before you go away, Gus. If you are okay with that.
Well, it is on the way. There are not many villages this far north. It is just our elk tribe friends, the other two tribes, which I guess we're going to need, of course.
The cairn.
Yes.
The cairn is in the way. I could, if I do have to leave, I can leave from there and
Why
start
would you have to
raising the
leave?
villages. Oh, because my I have the sad eyes background, and if I'm in overwhelming odds, commoners will, if I'm right about it, come to my side and fight for me.
Oh, hey,
Interpretation.
Gus, where did you study again?
Oh, I was studied in Calvin's Cairn.
Yeah, and that was something like a college, yes?
Yes, the seminary from Moradin. I got brought into the to be a priest from my
All right, fair enough. Out of character, just wanted to keep our Twitch stream happy.
Yes. So you guys are currently here. I'm going to use a token that we created for a game that didn't get played last night. That is Bluebeard, the dwarven pirate. So with that, you guys can. Are you going to start heading towards the camp?
We need to talk to
Yeah.
the king first.
Yeah, let's
Yes,
talk
king
to the king
first.
first. Let him gather the barbarians,
Yeah, like
and then we'll go to the dwarves and the peoples.
the barbarian tribes. I'll ask Hengar, would the barbarian tribes stand for paying tax to Bryn Shander?
Doubt it.
He doesn't even answer you. He just
Like, would they unite rather than, despite the recent violence, would they unite rather than pay tax to Bryn Shander?
Probably yes. Nobody takes the land from us.
Excellent. So
What about
Cithrin nods approvingly.
the daughter?
That was my thought as well.
Sorin's daughter. Obviously, she has issue with your tribe, but would she rather see you killed and your
I-
land taken by Bryn Shander? By Shiprathnor, excuse me, not Bryn Shander.
I don't know. I don't think she cares. She is no longer a member of our tribe. She is the chosen of a cruel god. I think they would just as soon have everybody bow before them. They don't care who owns the land, as long as they pay tribute. And as you guys, continue this conversation and are, moving back across the land, back towards Evermelt, I would say just off to the side, you start to see a little bit of movement. And you can see that it appears to be smaller statured folk that are sort of moving, but moving a little sort of herky-jerky. And as, the sun is slowly lowering in the sky, it's not getting dark, you see that what appears to be coming towards you is a group of dwarves. But as they get closer and as the wind sort of blows across, you get this foul smell that comes off them. And you recognize that they are not moving in a natural state. And you can start to see that they're wearing sort of rags and You see
The dead
parts of their
logs.
flesh and have broken away. They are indeed undead pack of
Yeah.
dwarves that is moving across the snow towards you.
How far away are they?
They are currently about 40 feet away, and that is where we're going to end for the night.
Ooh.
It's 10 o'clock, y'all.
It sure is.
That could
was
have gone
good.
better. Like the session went great, but the actual things that happened in it could have gone better.
Yep.
I'm sorry I screwed up with the suggested spell. You were totally correct. For some reason, I had command in my head.
Yeah. I don't even think I have that as a spell option.
All right. With everyone, I would like to thank ZLT, Kane Phoenix, Eraser TX, and Ice Kitsune 77 for chatting away. Ice Kitsune 777, it's been too long. And I would also like to thank everyone who was watching us stream and how to... seems that they... Oh, here we go. Commander... I would also like to thank Commander Root, Psycho Motion, Host Me Raffle, Lurks, Macman, S1 Faka, and Tayeed for watching. Catch us this Sunday for the next... session in Eberron's Embers, The Last War. And also catch us next Wednesday when we start The Demon Plagued, set in the world of the Spire in Hykos, which is like a fantasy imperial Russia. Alright, I will see you then. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Good
Good
night.
night.